What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and if you've seen a couple of my videos, I have a series basically talking about handguns that the internet ruined. And a lot of people didn't understand what I meant by that and so on. What I mean by that is a firearm was released or a firearm was sent out to influencers, whatever the case may be, right? All this big news about it. Then these videos basically crap on it, right? Whether it didn't fit their hand properly, so they messed with the slide stop while shooting it. Therefore, it malfunctioned. It didn't fit their hand properly. Therefore, the grip sleeve pinched them. Whatever the case may be, videos come out on these handguns and absolutely ruin it, destroy it, and the firearm has literally no chance to take off or really get an honest opinion. Because here's the thing. What I always tell people is if you are watching my videos, don't take that as an end-all, right? Go to the local range and rent it. Ask a buddy to borrow his firearm to test it out. Rent these handguns, try them out, and test them. But the problem is with handguns that get ruined, they rarely make it to your local gun shop. They rarely make it to the rental cage, right? So it makes it hard. That's why over here I'm willing to try anything. Anything anyone recommends, I will try it. I will give it an honest go from a realistic standpoint, right? If you're a millionaire or you get firearms sent to you like crazy, a $300 handgun is not going to be your first choice. But if you're a single parent busting your butt to survive with this expensive lifestyle that's inflation, right? Or just anything in general, right? You're just trying to make it, you're on your grind, you're almost licensed in the field, or whatever the case may be. You're working your way up. For you, a $300 handgun makes complete sense. So sometimes you just can't, you can't relate to a lot of people. It just is what it is. So over here, that's what I dedicated my channel to. I carry $300 handguns, $289 handguns, single stack, it's pocket pistols. I mean, literally everything, because I get it. I have a family I got to take care of. My wife doesn't work. It's just me. I'm a plumber full-time, 55 to 60 hours per week, and I do YouTube as a side hustle, as something I enjoy, a true hobby, because I truly have a love and passion for self-defense, as well as shooting in general. Sorry about that. Before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. Today we are talking about the Taurus Spectrum. No, I'm just kidding. That's for another video. Today we're talking about the quality, talked down on, CZ P10M. Now, one complaint I get a lot in my videos is I don't stop moving. I'm too active, right? So I'm just going to sit here for 5 seconds, let you guys see the whole entire handgun on each side. And I will say, be aware when we flip it to the next side, my grips, my do-it-yourself grips, are sort of a mess. I had a little tear on them, but I did order a new pair, so I will fix that. But still, the grip job I did feels really good in the hand. There's your sight picture. Finish actually looks nice. Got some scratches on all the sights, which is normal. Little barrel wear, which we're over 1,000 rounds with this thing. So finish actually really holding up. You know, got a little wear right there. Actually really doing good. No dings in any of the polymer, I don't believe. So we're actually sitting pretty nice. Little wear on the takedown pin. Other than that, looks pretty solid. Let's get into it. What is the CZ P10M? Now, if you're like me and you already had a CZ P10S or the P10C or the P10F, chances are you grabbed this handgun and you went, oh my goodness, trash. Or you watched a YouTube short and the person said, oh, trash. Well, let me ask you a question about that. Has anyone actually tried this trigger? And can you tell how light or heavy this trigger is or how good this trigger is from me sitting here going? I mean, you can see distance, you can see stuff like that, but can you judge weight? Can you judge how clean it is, how crisp? You really can't. So that's what I'm talking about. The CSX from Smith & Wesson, right? When that got released, it got destroyed in the reviews. I mean, absolutely destroyed. But it's so weird. I make a video about it, and everyone who owns one says only amazing things about it. I got 1 or 2 bad comments versus thousands of comments saying, I love my CSX. It's so slept on, or it's one of the greatest handguns I've ever used. People were complaining about the reset, having a false reset. In self-defense, you're not thinking about a false reset. You're just letting that trigger go. You are not shooting to reset. You're telling me in self-defense, you're going to go, okay, reset. No, you're going to let that trigger out and then go, right? It just is what it is. So I hate when people don't give handguns like this a fair chance, or they don't understand that that person makes 60 to 80 grand a year, you know, whatever the case may be. It's very hard for certain people to understand everyday life anymore. It just is what it is, but I completely get it. That's why I think the CZ P10M is one of those great handguns. But why I mentioned that the internet ruined it is I talked to a Smith & Wesson rep at my local range. He literally told me the handgun just did nothing because of online videos. Literally, he said the influencers destroyed that handgun. And people are saying, oh, Smith & Wesson destroyed it with that design. No, they didn't. It's an amazing handgun. It's fast. It's very light on recoil, stuff like that. And that's why we're talking about the CZ P10M. It has an amazing, amazing CZ finish, just like the P10S, the P10F, P10C. Has awesome texturing, but I do like a little bit wider handgun, so I do add a little bit of grip with a little bit of pads underneath just to widen it up, and this thing feels perfect in my hand. I've also seen videos about people saying ergonomics don't matter, you should be able to shoot any gun good, which I agree, but at the same time I like when the handgun really fits my hand any way I grab it. I really do like that. Comes with a rail, which is really nice because stuff like the Glock 43 and the Shield didn't come with a rail. Came with memory pads on both sides, which are actually really nice. And everything is snag free. The number one complaint is, whoop, oh, I can't release the slide. The way I release the slide anyways, I always slide stop unless I'm just chilling around the house. Now, is this a problem? Of course not, because I believe most CZs, especially the P10 series, is meant for if you have lockback, if you load a magazine up and you slam that mag home, your slide drops. At least my P10 S does that. So I'm assuming the P10M does as well. So if you slam that mag home, it's automatically going to chamber around. You don't need a slide stop. But anyways, I always slingshot anyways because you get more power, less chance of that round getting hung up, and so on. A lot of people, their hand slips or they baby it, then you get a malfunction. I don't. Anyways, it is a 7+1 setup, so 8 rounds in this tiny little package. The reason for no slide stop is it's an M, a micro. They designed this to be a pocket pistol, but they wanted a pocket pistol that was very light on recoil. And they definitely came up with the perfect setup for that. Now, is it a high-capacity Micro 9? No, it's not. But I'm sure CZ will be releasing theirs soon. When you're that deep into a handgun, you got to put it out. If you spend all this money and time designing it, you just got to put it out. But they will be coming with their Micro 9 guaranteed. Anyways, they use awesome mags. I think they're Metgar mags, not 100% sure. But they're just great. And this handgun's interesting because it's small, but you still get 2.5 fingers on that handgun. And 8 rounds. A lot of people talk about, oh, you need more rounds or you can never have enough, which is true. But at the same time, 8 rounds, most people that try stuff on you flee, they run, you know, they're scared once they're met with any resistance at all. And with 8 rounds, I can seriously do work. But you also have an option for 9+1, 10 rounds. Hive came out with a base plate for it that honestly feels so good in the hand. You get a full 3-finger grip and you now have a 10-round setup. Now, what makes this such a great handgun? Well, all the features I just mentioned, but it's also only $300. I've seen it for cheaper. Other people have mentioned, hey, I saw it for $270. Hey, I saw it for $240. But on average, you find this for about $300. Now, like I said, if you need a slide release, then it is what it is. This is all you got to do. It's not a big deal. People just complain and whine about this. The lamest thing. I don't even get people. But for this setup right here, with the base plate, the grips, and let's say we're going to go over holsters, but you get 2 mags that come with it. The base plate was like $25. The grips were like $20, so that's $45. And then like $60 for the holster, $70, right? So this is a $410 setup right here with grips, 2 mags, and a holster. $410, you are carry ready. Not a single hiccup, not a single malfunction. It's not my fastest shooting handgun, but it is a tack driver. Now, we're going to get into the trigger in a second. 10 rounds, you're telling me 10 rounds isn't enough for everyday carry? You're absolutely crazy. I will never believe that, not a day in my life. Now, this is one of the holsters I use, and what I did is I got a Vetter inside the waistband holster, but I want it to work really good with certain sweatpants I have. So I got it. I bought an Ulticlip 3 Plus and put it on here, and this is the best setup. Honestly, Vetter just needs to come out with it. Anyways, that's how I carry gym shorts, sweatpants. You can clip it onto jeans, khaki pants, whatever the case may be. And that's just an awesome holster setup. Then outside the waistband, at the range or, you know, around my house, I always carry concealed. But what I'll do is I'll just slip a t-shirt over it or a hoodie over it. And I'll carry this outside the waistband, but still concealed. What I like about this one from Vetter is it's got this like rubber that like rubs against your boxers, your underwear, and doesn't allow it to slip and slide everywhere. But at the same time, what I really like about it is this retains itself on gym shorts, sweatpants, that whole sort of thing. Like you can literally clip it onto your sweatpants and still draw even, clean, and that whole sort of thing. So that's why I love these 2 holsters, and that's what I mainly go with. Can you carry it like this? Oh yeah, this is about Glock 43X size right here, right? And 1 round less and much, much cheaper. The CZ-P10M is an awesome handgun. Let's get into the number one complaint about this handgun and basically what ruined it. This is not a competition gun. This is not a race gun. You're not going to be at the range. This is a get-off-me gun. I'm not using my sights, point shooting. I shoot right from the holster. Literally, right when I take it out of the holster, I'm already up in it. You aren't using sights. This is not a competition pistol. This is a get-off-me gun, a battle pistol right here, and that's what it's meant for, right? Or even a backup pistol, a secondary weapon, whatever the case may be. Here's the trigger. It's just they complain about that heavy wall. It's crisp. It's clean. The reset's not bad at all. I mean, watch the reset. It's just how heavy it is. It's a very defined wall. I mean, I could go like this all day. It's about a 7-pound trigger pull, 7 to 8 pounds. But when you get on the range and you start shooting it, you realize it's a tack driver. It hits exactly where you're putting it, and the recoil is so minimal. And those are a lot of the reasons that make this handgun appealing. Now, should you get that over, you know, the CZ P10S? Well, let me grab it real quick. Hopefully I can find it. Because whenever I'm doing these videos and I'm looking for something, I never can find what I'm looking for in the moment. Gosh darn it. This always happens to me. Yeah, sorry, I should have been a little bit more prepared. I know it's by me somewhere. I just can't see it, of course. Well, anyways, should you buy this over the P10S? That is the question. For an overall concealed carry handgun, the P10S is a much better gun. But for light carry, deep concealment, something affordable, small, minimalist, this is your answer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys go and try one of these. Thanks for watching.